we are going to review how to set up Opera Web Tools to send out emails, text messages, and even tasks to your employees before an event date. So what we're going to do is go first to one of your customers that you've set up an event date for.
My first question with that is that, do they need to be orders?
Yes.
Or can that happen in estimates?
Orders. Estimates doesn't have an event date. So if you go down on the left-hand side, it says shipping information, and it says delivery date. So if you go to delivery date, click on that and choose a date.
Any date?
Any date in the future.
Okay.
All right. So what we've done is we've set up this one specific order for this one specific client with their delivery date. Now this same client can have multiple orders, and each order could be at a different date, and that's fine. The system will work with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a sequence of things we want to happen prior to this date. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go to marketing on the left. We're going to go to marketing campaigns. Click on that box. Let's give it a name. This will be before event. And then the trigger down at the bottom there will be before delivery date at the bottom. Perfect. Okay. Now we can click the plus sign in the lower right-hand corner. And we'll see that new event there at the top. Yep. It says before event. And so what we're going to do now is edit the actions. That's the green button. And now we're going to tell it what we want it to do before the event date. And so we can choose an email, and then you can select the email, select any email from the list, and then the time that you'd like that to go to them. And you can click the plus sign, and then it says select wait time. So this is going to be how many days before the delivery date you want this email to be sent to this customer. You can go ahead and click add wait time. So now you can see action number 1 is going to send an email, and that's the name of the email it's going to send. It's going to send it at 7 a.m., 8 days before the delivery date. Now, you might also want to send a text message to them the day before the event. Go to text message. We'll choose the text message we want to send to the customer, and then the time of day that you want to go, that text message to go, and the plus button. And then again, we're going to select the time, or how many days before the event, and then add wait time. And then we can just keep adding to this list. These are all the things that are going to happen before the delivery date. And it doesn't matter what order you put them in. So you can put something to happen 8 days before, 1 day before, 3 days before, and then 10 days before. It doesn't matter what order you put them in to the system. Okay. And this will just automatically check for anybody with a delivery date. So if you were to go and change the delivery date on that order, then the system would update with that. It would just keep right up with what you're doing. But It's important to note that this system is going to happen for all of your customers who have a delivery date plugged in. So if they do not have a delivery date plugged in, it's not going to run. But they're all going to get, all your customers will get the same series of events. I would suggest writing down on a piece of paper or a spreadsheet or doc file all the steps that you'd like to happen before you start plugging them into the system, just so you have an understanding mentally of what it is you're trying to accomplish. The other thing that I think is interesting about this is that you can have it automatically send a task to your staff. So for instance, if 1 day before the event, you want to have somebody go through all the items that are going to be loaded into the truck, you can actually have that go as a task. And if the employee has the app installed on their phone, they're going to get a ding on their phone to do the task. And if they don't have the app on their phone, you can even set it up to send a text message to their phone to ding them to say, hey, you've got a task to do. Or you can set it up to send an email reminder to your employee to do their task. So there's a lot of different ways you can try to make sure your employee remembers to do that for each customer.
And is that set up through the marketing campaign also? Or is that through the task system?
Yeah, so you're going to do what's called template task. And I'm pretty sure we have a YouTube video about template tasks. Over on the right, you see it says insert template. And then right next to it, there's a plus button. So if you want to add a new template, you just click the plus button and you write up, you know, check all the items for this customer and to be prepared to load for the truck. And then you'll select that in the campaign. And then you select which employee you want that to go to. And then for the employee reminders, if you go to settings on the left and go to users, select one of your staff. It says app notifications over on the right. This is where you can select which notifications they get on their phone. It's also under settings where you can email new tasks or you can send text messages about new tasks. And you can also have it pop up in their web browser if they're on a computer when it's time to do a task.
Okay.
And all the emails and all the activity that happen will pop up on the timeline. So you'll see it for the customer. You'll know that they got it. And then you'll see that they open the email too. So kind of nice to have that visibility on your business, what's happening. It's all about that automation.
For sure.